Mic's on?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to bring the city council meeting to order. I would like to first ask everyone to stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Phyllis, could you please do roll call?
Craig Kershaw.
Here.
Matt Dyer.
Here.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Here.
Scott Murray.
Here.
Wiley Sir.
Here. Okay. Was everyone given the chance to read the minutes from the previous meeting held on November 21st?
Make a motion to accept them as emailed.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Okay, first of all, we have some special guests. We have 3 of the Mayor's Youth Council students here. So whoever wants to start, I won't make you sing. Just introduce yourself, say what grade you're in.
I'm Rena Conversation. I'm a sophomore. I'm Vanessa Hubble. I'm a senior. I'm Emma Key, and I'm a junior.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for being here again. We definitely appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask afterwards. Okay, first of all, we have a final reading of an ordinance 2023-23 to unify the registration and renewal process of the golf carts and UTVs in city limits. And we're going to tell them where to stick it, right? We know where the stickers are going now. The left rear of these vehicles is where the sticker's going to go. I've had a rough 24 hours.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2023-23 on its third reading by short title only. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Okay, sorry about that. Ordinance number 2023-23, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending Chapters 72 and 76 of the City of Decatur Code of Ordinances of 2015 as supplemented to unify the registration and renewal processes of golf carts and UTVs in use in the City of Decatur.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-23 on its third reading. Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Kershaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sir.
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance passes. Okay. And just so you guys know, the girls here, we spent a long time deciding where the sticker was going to go on golf carts and UTVs. There was a lot of discussion about it, so we're done, and we can move forward with that. So. Okay, next we have a resolution to transfer dormant funds from the Sewage Utility Depreciation Fund to the Sewage Utility Operating Fund. So this is a resolution, do we know?
It would be 2023-20, wouldn't it?
21.
21?
Yeah. 20.
What was
20 was the transfer between the public safety for the police purchasing equipment.
Okay, what was 20?
That was 20.
Oh, that was 20. Okay. Oh, I needed to turn my page. Okay, 21.
Bob Seeger would say.
That's what I was thinking. I'll make a motion to introduce Resolution 2023-21 by short title only.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Resolution number 2023-21, a resolution authorizing the transfer of dormant funds from the Sewage Utility Depreciation Fund to the Sewage Utility Operating Fund.
Make a motion to pass Resolution 2023-21.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. All right. Next we have, so the council meetings for 2024 haven't been established as the first and third Tuesday of every month. A lot of times we look at those dates and see if there's holidays, different things that we may need to change them for. In January this year, on the 16th, we have newly elected officials boot camp down in Indianapolis. So I know we have some newly elected people that are going to attend that. One being our clerk treasurer. I hate to see him miss a meeting that early. When Phyllis went, how many years before missing a meeting?
That's two.
She only missed 2. So I hate to see you miss one of your first meetings. But no, I mean, it's just, I hope that people attend these meetings. AIM does a great job with all of their workshops and everything they have. And so with people being gone during that time, I'd like to see us move that meeting back a week. It is a 5 Tuesday month. So basically it'd be the first and fourth Tuesday of the month.
So that's the second would be the first meeting in January, which I have right here.
Yeah.
And Board of Works will start at 6 p.m. Okay.
So it'll be the second, and then we're going to move the 16th to the 23rd.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to move the meeting.
Second.
Motion and second to move from the 16th to the 23rd. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
Those meetings by Ames are very, very good, and that provides a lot of support and timely information.
Sure is. Sure is. Okay. Phyllis, you have a 1782 notice from DLGF?
Yeah, I was hoping to report a little more on this. Our budgets were approved as submitted to DLGF. The only problem is I found some errors in our revenues, so I've got an email to DLGF to make these corrections, and I will report at the next meeting where we stand on the tax rate. So, that's it.
I can remember a time when we didn't have a budget till like February or March.
They're getting better and better at getting them out. Yeah.
Yeah, those were crazy.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for
I submitted it. I can pull it up and read it. You can sign. I can
Okay. But you can read it?
I mean, I can pull it up quickly.
Okay. Did you have anything else for this meeting? We have a couple small things, but... So, a month ago or so, we passed a new ordinance on the banner downtown on 2nd Street. So we've had people ask for permission to hang banners on Worthman Field's fence now. And I just wanted to bring it before council to bring up for discussion. You know, the sculpture tour has put theirs out there. Again, it's a event that takes place on city property, all down the sidewalks. It's free to everyone year round. The event that's being asked of this time, Jamie, do you want to explain?
Yeah, so it's a non-profit event. They're selling tickets to the event. What it is it's Adams County Strong, and it's a marriage conference. And I have a full event application that I asked them to fill out just in case. Basically, they're asking for it to be displayed from mid-December to mid-February.
So 2 months?
Where?
Yeah,
On Worthman Field fence.
On the fence at Worthman Field.
Where you know where the
You know where the sculpture tour is?
Is that
in the corner?
Right across from
I
Johnson.
feel like they bought billboards last time. Is it in addition to that?
Yes. And so our policy we have for the downtown banner is, it's on city property, it's free to the public, it's sponsored by the city on Madison Street Plaza. So I don't know, I mean, do we...
What worries me is at some point we're going to have something that maybe is an event that we agree with. I mean, this is a great event. Don't get me wrong. This is a great event. But is there going to be something that comes up and people are charging money and it's something we don't agree with and they're saying, well, they put a banner up on your fence. Why can't we? I don't know what what road we're going down when there are billboards all along 13th.
Right.
They're selling tickets?
They're charging.
that, right?
Yeah.
Do they want to rent the space or they just want to use it?
Just use it from my understanding.
I don't think that's necessary.
I mean, this is what you're trying to get away with out here.
That was the whole point down here. I mean, at some point, I mean, people were asking about sports teams and different things, and at what point, if someone's having a neighborhood garage sale, should we put a sign out there on Worthman? I mean, at some point we need to set some guidelines.
And essentially, it comes down to a First Amendment, it comes down to a freedom of speech. The primary objective is to stay away from content-based restrictions. There can be limitations on time, place, manner, size of banners, size of kind of the different advertisements, and uniformity is a primary objective as well. So uniformity of application. So take out whoever the applicant is, take out the message, take out the cost or price tag portion of it, and look. I would ask council to consider more about a blanket approach. Like, is Worthman Field similar to 2nd Street in terms of use of displaying advertisements and promotional material? And if so, what kind of limitations are going to be placed on that? So long as it's not content-based, but if it's promoting an activity or an event that is going to take place on city property, if it's sponsored by the city or a city-affiliated organization.
Or free to the public.
Or free to the public, or taking place on Madison Street. You know, those may be permissible uses for displaying promotional material at Worthman. And that would fall in line with 2nd Street banner policy, but not, you know, look at what the event is.
So what started a lot of this was I went to the AIM Ideas Summit back whatever month it was, and there was a whole workshop on banners and signs, and they basically said that get your guidelines set because you don't want to fall into that place. Exactly what she said. You cannot base your decision on content. So if you're allowing signs for people selling tickets to a party, then you're going to allow them to sell anything that may happen, and it may not be something you agree with. It may be very controversial, but at that point it doesn't matter because you've allowed it.
You've opened that door.
And so if you're not setting guidelines ahead of time, anybody that wants to put one on there, no matter what their event is. So that's why we kind of went downtown with city events on city property, free to the public, the normal things.
Why schools have policies about distributing information from the public through the school. Exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
So I guess my question is, do we want to accept this application or do we want to reject it?
Or do you want to stretch the guidelines from the banner on 2nd Street to the same thing down on Worthman Field?
That's what I'd recommend.
Yeah, I mean, you could isolate it to this specific application and make a decision there, or you could take a broader policy approach and have the 2nd Street banner policy extend to,
Any city property.
a display area owned by the city.
The city owns.
Good call. And that would mean like the board at Riverside Center. That would mean, am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
that would be another one, too.
the side of this building, or...
Yeah. Again, I want to reiterate that this is a great event. I mean, it's all about building strong families in Adams County. It's a great thing. It's just I've been told to set your guidelines for your banners and signs, or else you could have problems later.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say follow the policy that we already have.
We have a banner policy. I mean, it's for 2nd Street, but we can amend it to say,
Mhm.
yeah. banners throughout the city, or what, I mean, that we, on city property, or however you want?
I think we need to be specific for where they can be. It
Okay,
needs to be identified, and probably some kind of marketing initiative behind how we're using these things,
okay.
other than just, and then how many banners would you allow in this ginormous fence?
Well, there are rules on numbers. I mean, that was one thing. It can't be based on content, but you can get around it with numbers of signs, sizes of signs, all that things. But, I mean, is that our goal, is to make Workman Field a constant billboard?
Right.
You know, that's one of the decisions you gotta make.
Got to be careful with that. You don't necessarily want banners all up and down the
Right.
the fence.
Right.
I mean, you got 13th Street, Adams Street.
Right. Well, if we just allow people to do it, you know, is there gonna be blocking, if people are trying to turn from Adams on the 13th, if there's a sign there, can they see through it? You know, there's just a lot of things that could happen there. I guess my recommendation would be follow the same guidelines we have on the banners, the banner on 2nd Street. But I think Scott made a good point, and maybe we need to look into this a little further too, and see what the overall goal is on where we're going to allow stuff.
I mean, you just make them.
So we just, I mean, I guess the motion would be, if you want to stick along those guidelines, you deny this one, and we continue forward with our guidelines.
Or do you have to make an amendment to
Is
that?
Well,
Because right now it just says a banner on 2nd Street, right?
right now the policy is related to the Second Street banner policy. But I think for tonight's purposes, Jamie's presented an event application that includes a request to hang a banner, a promotional banner at Worthman Field. So if the consensus is you'd like to keep it consistent with what's in line with the 2nd Street banner policy, then that could be considered. And then knowing that these issues are coming up and we're going to potentially see them more often, come up with a broader promotional display policy related to the city. And we can look at more locations and maybe get into more specific detail about that.
I'll make your first motion you gave us.
Okay.
You gave us 2 motions
Yeah.
in one conversation. You're supposed to just say one, and then we can make
Okay.
the motion.
Sorry.
Dan, does that take into consideration our sign ordinances? Because there are banners in the sign ordinances. I understand if you have it on 2nd Street, that's one thing, but if you open it up across town,
I agree.
we're going to get all kinds of phone calls.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion not to accept this application to hang the sign on Workman Field.
I'll second it.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Okay.
And bringing the sign ordinance into the conversation is a necessity. Yeah.
Okay. She has it with her. Okay, so we had a retirement of, we talked about it a little bit last time, but Verlin Butcher retired as of last Thursday, November 30th, I believe. This is a wealth of knowledge leaving our wastewater department. Verlin's been around for a long time with a lot of knowledge in his head. There's a lot of things underground that no one else knows where they're at, but Verlin does. So we did vote, and they did pass in the Board of Works meeting to allow him to be a part-time employee as needed. So that's great that Verlin's willing to do that and come back and help the city. So Ann prepared a resolution for Verlin Butcher.
This is 22.
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion to introduce Resolution 2023-22.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Resolution 2023-22, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which recognizes Berlin Butcher for his years of public service. Whereas Berlin Butcher has ably served the City of Decatur, Indiana in the wastewater department for nearly 40 years, and whereas Berlin was hired on with the City of Decatur in November of 1984, and he was promoted to the Assistant Wastewater Superintendent in 1989, where he has steadfastly served in such roles since that time. And whereas Berlin has announced his retirement effective November 30th, 2023, and whereas Berlin has overseen significant improvements to the wastewater treatment plant, has been integral in the city's efforts to separate stormwater and sewer lines, and has continually monitored the city's water supply and its quality to ensure its safety and compliance with federal and state regulations, and whereas Berlin's experience, forethought, and cooperation with other department members have assisted in the understanding of the City of Decatur's infrastructure and has been instrumental in working to protect the environment in the City of Decatur through stormwater sewer separation efforts. And whereas Berlin is respected by his employees, co-workers, and engineers or agents of the city because of his extensive knowledge and because of his willingness to work alongside them, whether it is under inclement or hazardous conditions or sharing his vast knowledge of the city's infrastructure to better understand and troubleshoot problem areas. And whereas over the years, Berlin has treated citizens of the City of Decatur with concern and respect, has taken pride in his service to his community, and has represented the city well in his capacity as Assistant Wastewater Superintendent. And whereas the Decatur Common Council wishes to express its gratitude for his contributions to the city over the many years of his public service. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana as follows. Resolved. The Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana finds that during his years of public service, Berlin Butcher has served the citizens of the City of Decatur, Indiana diligently and with resolve and has served them well. Resolved. The Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana finds that the citizens of Decatur are indebted to Berlin Butcher for his many years of selfless dedication and service. Resolved. The members of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana hereby express their deepest gratitude to Berlin Butcher for his leadership and service in his capacity as the Assistant Wastewater Superintendent. Resolved, the members of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana wish Berlin Butcher the very best in whatever the future may hold. Resolved, the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana hereby spreads this resolution among the records of Common Council and directs that a copy be delivered to Berlin Butcher in appreciation and recognition of his outstanding public service and his efforts over the years to make Decatur a better place for all.
Make a motion to pass Resolution 2023-22.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. The only other thing I have tonight is, so today I was joined by a young man from St. Joe's School, Thomas Zelt. He won the chance to be mayor for the day, so I'm actually just filling in tonight for him. Had a lot of fun with the young man today. He's a great kid. We had a department head meeting. We watched a virtual meeting on the eclipse that's coming in April. We went to the police department, fire department. We had lunch at the Legion. And we had a ribbon cutting out here in the lobby. So thank you to all the city employees that took part and helped with this, and a special thanks to St. Joe's School and the Zelts for allowing this to happen. I really enjoy any time I can engage the kids in the community. This is great, and thank you, Joe, for coming over and. Did you tell the council about the 2 fire trucks that he ordered? Yeah, he spent some money today. He actually told the first few people that they could leave for the day because they asked if they could, and then the question of raises came up, and he said sure. So I don't know where we're going to be at in the middle of this budget out there already. So no, it was a lot of fun. So department heads, Jeremy.
Lead collection will end on Friday.
You guys have done a great job of that. They're pretty much all gone. Thank you for getting them out. and getting them out to the curb, and these guys have been busy for a while, and it looks good.
Hopefully there's a dry day or two here to come. I think in about 2 more days we should have it up.
Good. Kevin G.
Department's taking applications. They can be picked up in person or gotten off our website or taken on December 28th into the business.
Okay. Jeff.
Want to announce another retirement. Jim Barker retired on the 30th of November with 30 years of service and paid on my call.
Yep. Jimmy's been another great employee. I hate losing these guys that have been around forever. Just the wealth of knowledge and knowing that when they show up to the scene, they're going to do the job and they know it. So, thank you to Jimmy Barker for all his years of service. Jamie.
The facade program, the informational meeting is Thursday, just in 2 days, and that's at 9 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in applying for that, make sure you send one of those meetings.
Kurt. Aaron, you're close. You're going to be soon. You're going to have to be making comments here. Carrie. Kevin.
Utilities department is making some changes. I've brought it up a few times over the last few months to keep our postal rate with the postal service. Currently we bill 6 times a month. We are going to transition to 3 times a month. So that'll be moving some people around as far as when they receive their bills and when their bills are due. Letters are out notifying people if their date has been changed. So how it'll work is this last month of the year they'll end up with a short month. Everybody that's getting moved is moving up 5 days in the billing cycle. So they'll end up with a short bill, a 25-day, roughly month bill, and then beginning in January, it'll all be back to normal. But their bill will be received 5 days early and we do 5 days early.
And for those that are signed up for withdrawal from their checking account, it comes out on the billing day, right?
It usually comes out a couple days after billing.
Okay.
But yeah, so the only thing that'll change if your auto pay is it'll come out 5 days sooner. You receive a bill in the mail or email, you'll get that notice 5 days sooner.
Okay. Anything from council? Ian? Phyllis, you only have 2 more times to respond.
No.
Well, tonight and...
Tonight and the next meeting.
But you're staying there.
Motion to pay the claims?
Second.
Motion is second to pay the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
And a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.